Welcome to day 25 Veda, hashtag SSS Veda. And my name is Pauline Perot with Jump Out of Bed. Today's prompt was to talk about something that was going on in the news. Now, if you've been tuning into this on a daily basis for 25 days, you have already heard my opinion on the news and how I get my news. So the last thing I want to speak about today is that. However, what I do want to speak about is a topic that came to me today via a friend. Now, it's a bit of a sad week for me this week because one of my friends is moving back to her hometown for an awesome job opportunity. And although I'm really excited for her, I am selfishly, of course, a bit saddened that I won't get to see her as much. And one of the things that she shared with me in her conversation, she goes, "Oh, I thought of you, and I was going to call you and share this with you, and I have to email it to you." She was given the layout of what her first week in the new organization was going to look like, in that she's been assigned a buddy, if you will, and this organization happens to call the buddy a tour guide. And so this person who's been assigned to her, they're not from her particular department or division, they're somebody from in another area in the organization, and they are tasked to come stop by her desk at least once a day in her first week and check in on her. They have to meet her for lunch that first week. I guess there's a company lunchroom that they can all go to, and they're supposed to eat lunch together for the first week, amongst a couple other details that she shared. And I thought that is so awesome. What we call this in technical human resource speak is really the onboarding process, and it literally means the method and by way you get brought, quote unquote, on board to the organization. And I think it's fabulous that this company has thought this so well out in advance, and that my friend is really expecting. There's some expectations built for her, and as well for the employee who's been matched to her to be her tour guide. They also are very clear on what the expectations are, and I think this is so key to not only understand what it is that's expected of you in your job, the tasks, and a chance to obviously meet the people that you work with, but importantly for me, through the jump out of bed lens, is how do you get the introduction to the culture? How do you understand what the values are, how this works, what things stand for, what it looks like in real life play when everyone comes together? And so what I want to know from you, I'd love for this to be a little interactive. I mean, come on, it's day 25. I've worked really hard on getting a video to you every single day. What I'd love for you to do is drop me a comment in this box if you are watching this video. And what I want you to share with me is, have you ever had a really positive onboarding experience? Have you ever gone through a program similar to my friend, where there's been expectations laid out for a buddy to mentor you for the first week or the first month? And if so, share with us what that was like. So B, if that's not your case and you've never had a really awesome onboarding program, then I'd love for you to share with me maybe the what not to do's. Have you ever gone through an experience where it was just anticlimactic when you showed up to work, like your boss didn't even know that it was your starting day and nothing was ready for you? There's nothing worse than no phone, no computer, no workspace. Oh, we're working on it. That's awful. And I would share one of the most demotivating experiences I had in joining a new organization was this big stack of binders was put on my desk with policies and procedures and kind of how we did our work. And I was asked to sit down and review that before lunch, and they would check back in with me. And you can imagine how unengaging that whole process was, and needless to say, wasn't an organization that I wanted to stay with in the long run. Those are today's thoughts. Day 25 Veda onboarding. Have you had a really positive experience? I'd love to hear about it. Have you ever heard of this before, or have you had a really not so cool first day of work? Share it with me below, and we'll talk with you tomorrow. Take care.